In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the front fork on a Razor MX650, MX500, or SX500. Now, there is a little trick to doing that, and that goes with all the wires route through the fork. So it's important that you take one of two steps when you're taking the front fork off and on. Now, it's really easy to take the fork off. You just take these 4 5mm bolts to take the handlebars off, and you can lay them to the side because all the brakes and throttles are attached to that. And then you take a 5mm hex with a 17mm nut on the inside of the fender, and you could take the fork off, and then it literally comes off the bike. Now, there's two things that you can do. You can either take all the plastics off, go into where disconnect the brakes and whatnot from the computer to slide the wires through the fork, or the other option is take everything off the handlebars and then slide it through the fork. But you have to do it when it's separated from the frame because there isn't enough room for the throttle to snake through the fork while it's mounted onto the frame. So that's the trick in doing this, and I'll show you step by step in subsequent videos. So please like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, I removed the handlebars from the fork. As you can see, this is a hex 5mm. There's a 17mm nut, and then you're gonna simply unbolt that, and then the whole fork comes off, and then you can put the new fork on. Before you slide the new shock on, make sure you put the bushing on the top, and then one in on the bottom as such. One quick thing to mention, before you mount the shock, run all your stuff through the fork to make sure it slides through before you mount it on the frame. As once you mount on the frame, it's hard to run all this peripheral stuff. Definitely the headlight and my modified throttle do not fit. Okay, got the fork successfully mounted. Torque this and the 17mm bolt. These are also 17mm. Tighten those down. Now I'm ready to put on the handlebars and get everything put back together. Overall, it looks good. I really like this black fork on the SX500, but the same procedure for the MX650 and MX500. Before I put the handlebars on, I painted them up last night, and now I'm gonna install the handlebars on the top and then hook back all the throttles and controls. Now I got the handlebars mounted on the new forks. I'm going to come around and mount all of the throttle and brakes onto the new handlebars. Gonna be putting the grip on. What I'm gonna do is put some soap or soapy water down the tube, and then it will slide right on to the end of the handlebar, nice and easy. So the new front fork looks really good with the black handlebars, and I'm happy with the results, and it's much more dampened and it's not worn out with the bushings. So this concludes this video. Please like and subscribe.